me. I was thinking Arctic Paul would bring it out for us here, but so far he hasn't needed it. That clone has become so powerful now, especially with the snowball nerf.
Yeah, and then after that, both players just having a snowball and an immediate pump deleted by that lightning. Whoa, good news for Arctic Paul. Did more damage to the tower.
Yeah, GDH with a big gulp there when he saw that lightning come down. I don't think he was expecting that at all. I think he was expecting a similar type of deck from Arctic Paul, like the clone deck or something without lightning, because that was not what he was thinking here. You're not going to run the pump unless you're pretty sure your opponent isn't bringing. And here we go. Okay, there is the Sparky.
Okay, time to turn off my mic. Get on going, get on going, favorite thing. You got it. You got this. With the Tesla, it seems like we have an Expo at the bottom. Against the Sparky,
it's not.
It's tough.
It's tough.
Really tough, especially with that lightning now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and once again, it looked like Arctic Paul had a bit of an issue there with the unit placement. He wanted that Goblin Giant in front of the Sparky for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly. Has the Barbarians here to deal with that Goblin Giant. Has the Dark Prince coming right on top of the Tesla. Big single unit damage here. Here comes that Expo.
And we both get to talk about our favorite techs here. You get the Expo, I get the Sparky. Who wins?
Expo. It seems like Sparky is going to have an easy time. Especially, it's the same. Expo, if the opponent has a Giant or the Goblin Giant, it's going to be a tough matchup, especially if your Pumpo cannot be functional with that lightning against you. It's going to be a tough matchup here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is I really like this matchup in favor of Arctic Paul. There's a lot of units you can use, especially like the Dark Prince, to put in front of that Sparky to tank the Expo, to give that Sparky enough time to get up to the Expo. The Tesla doesn't fare too well against the Sparky in a lot of situations either. You can kite around it a little bit, but overall, you can see here already that GDH is forced to put that Expo into defensive position.
Yep. Arctic Paul could still have another Lumberjack or like a Barbaro to come up, but this time it's a great setup with the Dark Prince pushing all the way at the top. And Tesla placed all the way onto the side to drag, but this might actually get, okay, Ice Fallen right before that.
Yeah, this is good placement here. Good Barbarians, but 4 of them get cleaned up. That could have been a little cleaner with those Barbarian placements. If you do it right, you only lose 2 or 3 sometimes, and he loses 4 there. So a little bit, I think, of a misposition there from GDH.
Yeah, after that defensive Expo, now going for that top right. I don't think it's going to connect anytime soon with that Goblin Gen just coming down with that Sparky Tesla. Right after, you know that Expo is going down 100%. GDH in trouble right now.
He missed the zap there. GDH just a little bit off with the timing onto the Sparky, so it got the shot off. This time he loses all 5 Barbarians in front of the Sparky.
Oh, it's going to get the area damage into the tower. That's more than 1,000 damage straight, deleting the Musketeer too.
This is really nicely done here by Arctic Paul. His timing and his placements here to prevent his Sparky from getting locked onto by the Expo and the Tesla has been fairly impeccable.
Disasters coming down. There's that lightning getting down the Musketeer. What's he got right after? Slowing down the Sparky is possible, but with that last Barbarian and the Goblin Giant on the tower already, that's a tower down. Arctic Paul comes out victorious, 2-0.
2-0, some big games here from Arctic Paul, able to recoup and recover after some technical issues, and even still had a bit of a technical issue there, possibly.
And hop right into it. I always love starting off with the miner.
And guessing wrong on the defense, it feels a little bit better.
Yeah.
So Falcon on the bottom side this time around. He's the one that put the guards in the wrong position. Good snowball to get 1 poke. Still will not matter, but...
Ooh, getting aggressive now.
A lot of leaks for Falcon, you can already see. Oh, that's not the best of defenses to go Prince against the Prince. You never want to take that. You have to spend much more elixir in return to count even for it. And you can see that extremely ahead on elixirs right now is going to be Heka.
He's feeling pretty good about it so far. Another miner's going to get in there and do a little bit of chip damage as...
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Hunter Prince. Could be a giant deck. Still putting my guesses on for now. And we'll have to kind of wait for a lot of these other reveals to come along, especially for Heka too, because Bringing the Archer with the Prince is an unusual combo. We'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, and both players kind of just feeling each other out, trying to slowly put stuff out there, bait them into making mistakes. This time, Falcons, Prince is going to get the charge. I like that barrel, actually.
Yeah, just in time. Make sure you get that one last strike. But second to last unrevealed card was going to be that Lightning. But it wasn't really the Lightning that did the show there. The Prince getting the charge, putting a lot of damage on. Oh, no! Okay.
That was... Prince was doing a little bit of drifting there.
Yeah, I mean, the miner distracted him wholly on that one. And I think that interaction was a little bit unexpected by both players. And thankfully, Prince was able to get there in time.
All right, that...
Ooh, the Hunter is going to die out.
Yeah,
so you can see that hugely Falcon's going to be behind Elixir because of these extra Elixirs that he has to spend just on defense. But that last drive from the Prince from the right side did Falcon pretty well. That even despite these differences in Elixir, he's very well ahead.
All right, going to get that charge from the Prince on the Barbarian out of the barrel, but that Hunter, kind of unfortunately placed there, is going to be a casualty.
Very much needed, though, because Prince was going to go straight on for that tower, and you didn't want the very late reveal on the Golem. It's going to prompt right away on the left side to go for the counterattack here.
Okay, the guards are going to be crucial at countering that Prince, but look at the reveal on this one. We know who gets the win on that trade as final card comes out here from Detective Heka.
So wasn't able to support that on the right side for Falcon because he knew he had to defend the left side with the guards and with the defensive units as well against the Prince that was coming in. So good of Heka to continue to input this pressure, but now second charge of this Golem will be coming in from Falcon, and feels like he's going to be the one to continually make sure that the Golems do not come in if you're Heka.
Yeah, second Inferno Tower going to be just fine, and that Lightning, not the best value he could have gotten. An extra bit of damage, but that Prince remains.
Oh no, oh no. Ooh. So just to make sure everything's all right, you saw that the Prince got an extra hit from the Hunter, so for Falcon, he actually got pretty good value with the Hunter, the counterattack roll, but we are looking at the Prince being distracted by the Ice Golem, but the left side really isn't much of a worry for Heka. I say that, but he puts a lot into it.
Ooh, last second guards there, plus Barbarian Barrel. Prince doing a little bit of damage on the left, but doesn't really want to focus on that. Going down the right side again.
Just a little over 300 damage on each of these lightnings, so if he can rotate around 2 lightnings, which would be ideal, but the guards have to be available for every little Prince charge that the Heka is going to pull down.
All right, Inferno Tower has to come out. You can see as far left as possible, but wants to do a little bit of chip damage to get in lightning range, as you mentioned.
This might be a good lightning chance as the archers are available, but you see snowballs and the guards really not doing well.
That aggressive snowball was so good.
Yeah. 158 down to 77, so it will be that one more poison
the
needed.
Barbarian? Oh, he hits it, and there
That's all
it
we
is.
needed. 304, 304.
Oh, that feels so bad for Detective Heka, but the Barbarian out of the barrel gets the swipe.
You can see that was right on the money. If I remember correctly, I think 304 is very, very close to the exact number in the mornings. Detective Heka not doing so well, losing 2 straight in a row as we kind of found out. And
then just put down that Golem with the cannon card and push through and win the game? Well, that's a good question. I think that's a really good question, but Juicy J has shown that, and knowing that FMGG, does he go for that Inferno Dragon and having that mortar once again with the Mega Knight?
I think
this is hard to choose.
I know. I think the 2 most likely decks to come out from Juicy J are either going to be Cannon Card Golem,
and we are jumping straight into that potentially final game between FMGG and Juicy J. Let's see who the champion is.
Yeah, if there's not a tie, if we don't need to have a rematch, this will be match point. counter bar barrels coming through, an Ice Spirit here from FMGG. What exactly does that indicate? There's quite a bit that can come from the Ice Spirit, whether it be a faster cycle, or it could also be that RG Ice Wiz deck that FMGG as well likes to play.
Exactly what I was thinking at the same time. You beat me to it too. But FMGG did not really play that too many times, but it's in there. It's certainly in there with that quicker cycle, with that ice. Might just switch it up with that graveyard too, so it's a good question. Juicy J's got a cannon card coming down. Is that the only one, or are we going to see that big rocky unit coming down too?
Yeah, absolutely. This could definitely be the Golem deck here from Juicy J. It's been his go-to in clutch situations, and it has worked very, very well for him. Let's see if FMGG can counter it. It might not even be Golem, but most likely it is. Occasionally you'll see a Royal Giant with the cannon cart, but that's not as common, especially with an E-Dragon here.
Oh, is he just going back with that E-Dragon? It could just still be some graveyard coming down from both players. That would be really cool. Graveyard Poison, that's another cool option here. MGG just waiting, not revealing his win condition card yet, just having everything else cycling out. That Ice Wizard getting rid of that Barbarian. E-Dragon still alive, but
Yeah.
goes down.
Could be double Prince Graveyard here for sure. That's definitely a possibility with the cards that we've seen from FMGG. And I think both players playing very cautious here. Of course, this is the most important game. There's a Lightning here. Make sure that cannon cart doesn't get anywhere near the bridge and is stuck in defense mode only.
Yeah, he used that Lightning because it seemed like UCJ has a Golem, and he's not going to play that before a minute mark or like a minute or 5. Yeah, there it is after that Lightning. So FMGG goes straight in with that RG. Rush on to the left.
All right, which one will work here? And a Lumberjack is a great counter, but the Bar Barrel coming in here will help deal with that Lumberjack. Another counter Bar Barrel eliminates that Ice Spirit, but the Mega Minion is onto it. Quite a bit of damage done from that Royal Giant push.
All right, 5 shots onto that Princess Tower, but the Golem, it's 100% HP before he crosses the bridge. Here comes the cannon cart along with it. You got to stop that cart and the Golem together. FMGG's got to have a defense.
Mega Minions countering each other here, having to use the Tornado to back all this up, trying to get everything into the Ice Wizard spray, but he goes down.
This is heavy. Lumberjack's on the tower. It's going down. So much damage on it. That's a tower down. Just he takes the first round.
And this is a huge push. That Golem is pretty weak, though. It does get split up in the Golemites, but you have a perfectly healthy
Another cannon cart.
2 cannon carts trying to go for the Royal Giant.
3 crowns.
It's not going to be enough.
That's 3 crowns, and Juicy J is your champion from WCG 2019. Wow, what a final game, going straight in that Golem. That's a heck of a Golem play. You got that strength, you risk it, but you take it all. That's Juicy J.